go ahead and fold your fabric by 2 like you see me did. So the basic measurement required for this is the length of your skirt, your waist hip measurement, and your hip measurement. So right now I'm going to take the length of my skirt, which is 22. So what I did now was I added 2 inches in allowance to make it 24, and from the upper part I removed 2 inches for my waistband. So go ahead and do yours like that. So I'm going to use my ruler to make a straight line. So after making my straight line, I'm going to divide my waist measurement by 4. Then I marked what I have there, and I'm going to add 3 inches extra for my dart and my seam allowance. So right now just leave your tape like that by 2, can you see, and just come down, mark 8 or 9 inches depending on your own size. Then divide your hip measurement by 4, mark it and add 2 inches seam allowance, make a curve like that. I'm going to make a small pencil, so go ahead and make yours like this. I hope you're understanding what I'm saying. So right now I'm going to use my scissors and cut it off. After cutting this off with my scissors, I am going to go ahead and already my fabric already has been unfold by 2 for the back pattern you get. So go ahead and do yours like that. I placed it like this, can you see? So I'm going to go ahead, use my front pattern and cut out the back pattern. So guys, after cutting this, the next thing I'm going to do is to cut out on my lining. I'm going to use my main fabric to cut on the lining, but before that I'm going to divide my nipple to nipple, that's my bust span measurement, by 2. Then divide yours and mark what you have there, and come out by half of an inch at the both side. Then after doing this, I'm going to come down by 5.5 inches for my dart length, and I'm going to use my ruler to connect the point I have there like this. So after doing this, I'm going to make a notch for the dart. Do you understand? So guys, after doing this, I am going to as well cut the back piece into 2 on the zipper area. Can you see what I just did? So I'll be a little faster on this video, so please understand me for the sake of time. So after doing this, I'm going to remove the front and back piece aside, then cut my lining. Can you see? Place your lining like this. Can you see what I just did? Then I came down by, I added 2 inches when I was drafting. Then right now I'm going to sew it. I removed 1.5 inches from the length of the lining, can you see? And I'll use remaining half inch to sew it. So after this, I'm going to cut it off. Can you see? I've cut it off, and I make a notch to know the upper part of my lining. So I'm going to do the same thing on the back piece. So right here, I already went ahead to cut out my lining for the back and front piece. Can you see what I have done? Can you see what I just did? So right here, I'm going to start sewing. Just open your fabric the right side facing each other, then place your lining and hold it with your pin. Can you just look at what I'm doing? If you don't understand what I'm saying, look at what I'm doing. So after this, go ahead and sew it half of an inch. Can you see what I just did? Then sew at the both sides as well. So right now I went ahead to do this all at the both piece. I went ahead to do this on all the pieces I have. Sorry. So I'm going to turn them the right side facing each other. That is what I'm doing right now. I will repeat this on all the pieces I have. So guys, after doing this, I went ahead to make an iron on all the piece I have. Can you just see? So after doing this, I'm going to bring the front the back piece, and now, as you can see, I already made an iron, like I said. So I'm going to fold it like this. You're going to see how I'm going to do it. Right now I'm going to make my dart. I'll make my dart for the back and the front piece. Can you see? First off, I'm going to fold it like this from where I notched it for my dart. I'm going to fold it like this by 2. Then I'm going to use my pin and hold it, and I'll come down by 5.5 inches for my dart length, and this is it, guys. I'm going to go ahead and sew this. So right here I'm done sewing. I made a dart on all the piece I have. Can you see how it's looking? So right now I'm going to just have to place the back piece, the right side facing each other, both the front and the back. Just look at what I'm doing so you understand it more. Go ahead and place yours like this. Use your pin and hold them all together like this with your pin. So guys, after I was done holding all of them with my pin, I'm going to also hold my zipper allowance area with my pin as well. Can you see what I just did? It's either you do this before fixing your band, or you fix your band before doing it, anyhow you want. So right now I'm done. I'm going to place it aside, and I'll fold this piece by 2. I'm ready to cut out the waistband right now. So I just have to come up and mark 4.5 inches, and I'll mark it like that. Go ahead and measure your waist zip measurement. That's how we are going to get the length of the band you are going to cut, or you just guess and cut it. Just cut it, let it be complete. So right here I cut the first piece. I'm going to cut out the second piece like this. So after cutting out the piece, I'm going to fold both of them by 2, and I'll start placing them on my waist skirt. So right now I'm going to start placing it. I'm going to first of all place the front skirt. Can you see? Place them right side facing each other like this. So I cut my own band excess. So I'm going, after pinning it, I am going to cut the excess remaining out. You get, just make sure you do it so you be on the safe side. After pinning the first front, I am going to cut out the remaining excess for my band. Then after cutting the excess for my band, I will have to bring my other band, the second band I cut. I'll bring it and I'll cut it by 2. I'll do the same thing on the back piece. Now go ahead and sew. So right here I'm done fixing it. Can you see? I already went ahead to sew both the front and the back piece, still holding it with my pin. Can you see? Right now I'm going to start dividing my measurement by 2. Divide your waist measurement by 2 right now. Mark what you have and place your tape. Get what you have. I have 4 inches. Then I'm going to divide it, and it is 2. Can you see? I'll repeat the same thing on my hip measurement. Divide it by 2 this time around. Mark what you have and still place your tape. Anything you have left, divide it by 2. Mark what you have and make your line. You're going to see I'm going to do it. Just keep watching. If you have been following my videos, you notice that after marking the shape of my dress, I usually turn it the right side, depending if I marked it the wrong or the right side, the left or the right side. Sorry, I will turn it the right side or the left side, and I'll measure whatever I marked there. I'll measure it and replace it like this, and I also mark it on the left or the right side. Do you understand what I'm saying? So go ahead and do yours like that. So right now you're going to leave space for your ruffle. So leave space, do not sew to the end because it has a ruffle. So this is the back zipper area. I'm going to come down by 7.5 inches. You can come down by 8 or 9 inches depending on your size. So I'm going to sew the remaining one till the end of my skirt. I hope you're understanding what I'm saying. So right here, NEPA took their light. I had to come outside to finish what I started. So right now, I turned my skirt the right side and I had to measure what I have at the end. And I have 17.5 inches. I measured the back as well. So right here, I'm going to, after measuring this, I'm going to fold a piece of my fabric by 2 like this. Just anything you have on your down part of your skirt, multiply it by 2 or by 2.5. Multiply it, that is the number of the ruffle you are going to have after you are done. So I have 12 inches for my wideness. I have 12 inches. Then the length is totally depends on what you want. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it off. So after cutting it off, I'm going to place another fabric and I will cut another one for the back like this. Can you see what I just did? Cutting another one. This is the second ruffle for the back. So after I was done, what I'm going to do is to fold it by 2 like this. Just sew it. After doing that, I sew it with half of an inch. Can you see? So I'm going to turn it the right side. So because there was no light, after turning it, I'm going to try using my hand to straighten it so it will be straight. I want the line that I sewed to be in the middle part. Can you see? Just do yours like that if you don't have light, because if there was light when I was doing this particular video, I could have used my iron. So I did this on the both piece. Can you see? So right now I'm going to head over to my sewing machine and I'll make a gather stitch. Do not back stitch, make a gather stitch. Go to your sewing machine and make a gather stitch. So right here I'm done making my gather stitch and I'll pull out a one thread and I'll start gathering them. I'll do this on the first piece and I'm going to repeat it on the second piece. Do you understand what I'm saying? It is actually very simple. You just have to take some patience. When making a gather stitch, do not rush it. So I just speeded the video. That's why it looks like it's easy. So just take your time and gather the both piece, the both ruffle. Gather them like this. As you can see, it's taking a lot of time, so I had to speed it up. So right here, I'm done gathering the second piece and I'll measure what I have. This is it, this is both of them. So I'm going to bring my skirt down part and I'm going to start holding it with my pin. Just look at what I'm doing. Hold it with your pin. So the particular place at the side of your skirt that you're going to sew later, do not make your ruffle there. Leave at least 1.5 or 2 inches. Can you see? My ruffle did not actually end at the side of my skirt. Can you see what I just mean? Leave about 2 inches or 1.5 inches. Can you see? So just do it like that. I'll use my pin to hold my ruffles, and after holding them with my pin like this, I'm going to my sewing machine and I'll just sew it. This time around, sew with your normal sewing. Sew out on the middle side. You're going to sew exactly where you made your gather stitch. That is at the upper part like this. So this is what I have after I was done. They later brought the light, but I have to wait for 3 days. That was when the light was actually having faulty, so I had to wait. They brought it later after 3 days, so I had to continue making this video because it looks so dark, so I had to wait. So this is it, guys. This is it. As you can see, it's looking so beautiful. I even went ahead to iron it. Can you see? It's looking so fine. Can you now see the difference between when there was light and when there was no light? So thank you so much for watching this video. If this video was helpful, kindly subscribe. I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.